Hey everyone, welcome to the Active Towns channel. My name is John Zimmerman, and this is part 2 of my tour walking around Zurich with Professor Emeritus Norman Garrick. I hope you enjoy it. Oh yeah, lots of construction going on.
Yeah, so it's almost done actually. Yeah. This is a rebuilding of the station.
Yeah.
So because of the rebuilding, this train doesn't go to the main station. It stops here. Ah. But normally it would go to main station, and so it's a connection. It's an important connection to the airport.
Yeah.
Oh, here it comes.
And what's interesting too, Norman, I don't know if you noticed that as soon as we came here, you felt the cool air coming out of
from the tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah, this would normally go down the lake, but now it's because of the reconstruction.
Yeah.
So this neighborhood is important, partly because it has its own train station.
Yeah.
But it's not. It's one of the smallest train stations in this city.
Yeah. Okay, well that's the name of the train I was on, the SBB.
Oh yeah. Okay, well that's the Swiss.
Yeah.
But the one you took a picture of was a.
On the inside, that's on the inside.
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
It's the SBB.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was still late.
Yeah,
48
but it
minutes
was running
late.
on German tracks.
We were running on German tracks.
Okay.
Yeah. Swiss train on German tracks.
Yes.
No wonder they were so frustrated. All the Swiss on board were like, "Why are you so late?"
Yeah, there are lots of problems in Germany.
I was really actually quite lucky. All the trains that I pretty much took in Germany were almost all on time. Today was the first time it was really late.
But you look at the mass of people that come off here in this little neighborhood.
Yeah, a constant stream going up the stairs there.
Yeah, all of that is new.
Yeah.
The new bus shed.
Very nice. And everybody we've seen coming down on the bikes, they're all just continuing down along.
Yeah. You know, these trailers with kids, that's a new thing in Zurich.
Oh, really?
I would say 5-6 years.
Yeah. It's a common thing in Germany. But it's not in the Netherlands.
Oh, they
think
use
that's
the
a novelty.
boxes.
Yeah, they think that they think that's a novelty because they use the Bach-Fiets.
Yeah.
The box.
You're starting to see those here also.
Yeah.
This is something that you see all over the city, graffiti.
Yeah.
And this one is my least favorite, Football Club Zurich. And they're everywhere.
Yeah,
and they're really annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind graffiti sometimes, but they are like, why are you tagging everything? Stupid logo. Very ungraceful also.
Yeah. I'm sure it's a super fan is what it is.
Well, they certainly have a lot. Or they're paying somebody.
Yeah. And a car coming down here too.
Yeah.
Wow.
It is a car street.
Yeah, wow.
But it's normally not as tight as this.
Yeah. Very interesting.
With all this new construction.
Yeah. There's a nice traffic calm street. Again, you've got chicanes going on, bike parking in the middle.
Yeah, I wish they would do that more often. Use trees rather than parking.
Yeah.
This is one of the few crossings.
Oh yeah.
Of the river.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hassle when it's busy like this.
It's such a warm day today.
Yeah.
People are probably scrambling to get in the water.
Yep.
Has it been a warm or cold spring?
It's been very cool most of the time.
Yeah. Was it
very wet, very cool.
Very wet, very cool.
Yeah, which I don't mind because there's been years when it's been ridiculously warm in the last several years.
Yeah. So it sounds like that's exactly what you're seeing, is you're starting to see a warming trend.
Oh yeah, no, you're definitely seeing it.
Yeah.
There is no doubt.
There's no doubt.
I mean, you have the forest fires in Valles.
Yeah.
So this is the limit, and the swimming in the limit.
Ah, so okay, over there. So these guys are getting down to this little walkway.
Yeah.
They'll go down there.
But this is just one of the many swim spots.
One of the many.
It goes all the way into the city.
Yeah.
It's just swim holes. Some people just float down the river.
Yeah, because this.
There is a path back there where some of the water is diverted into a canal.
Yeah.
And that's the most popular place for swimming.
Yeah, it looks like there's lots of people swimming down there.
Yeah, you know, I don't know there.
Yeah.
But there's also an island further down that is very popular swimming place.
Is this flow, common? This seems like it's really moving.
This is a reflection of the amount of water we've had this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not normally mild, but this is extraordinary.
And I see that they do have like a course here for river kayaking, because we do have a little bit of a.
You see over there,
yeah,
in the green top.
Yeah.
That is the University of Zurich.
Okay.
So the ETH, you see the brown dome. That's where we were.
That's where we were. Yeah. On the other side of those red cranes. Yep, we got a couple of kayakers just put in. They'll probably be paddling their way into the rapids here to play.
Yes.
Very, very fascinating, yeah. Creating a little swimming hole right in the river. Obviously very clean river.
It's a very clean river.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, to your point from earlier, this is a major crossing, so this is a constant flow of people walking and biking through here.
It's a really important crossing for bikes.
Yeah.
It's obviously not adequate facility for bikes.
Right. Yeah. Especially when you consider all the bikes that are locked.
Parked here, yes.
It's narrowing it even more.
Yes. So you can see the next bridge down.
Yeah. And these guys are getting out of the rapids so they can try to make it upstream a little bit. Trying to get into the shelter there on the edge. I'm assuming they'll make it upstream a bit and then turn around and come down.
I have no clue.
Fascinating. Yeah, again, on a really warm day like today, you can tell people are just flocking here.
Yes.
All right. Want to jump in?
That bridge is what some people refer to sometimes as the Zürich Highline.
Okay.
It's an old train viaduct
that
has become a pedestrian and biking. It was one of the first viaducts. So in the old days, the trains going down the river would come out of the station, swing around, and then go back south. And now it's been converted to a biking, walking path.
So that's pretty good. You've got this little one here, which is a critical connection, but in a short distance away, we have another one.
Yeah.
That's great.
You can see the first car bridges way beyond there.
Yeah. Should we go check out that bridge?
The viaduct?
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
Let's do that.
So this is what is the edge of what is referred to as Zürich West.
Yeah.
The old industrial center of the area of the city that has become businesses, living, all kinds of new spaces.
Yeah.
For example, this is the old Lowenbrau. Well, it still operates as the brewery.
Yep.
So this is the work that is being done here. on the viaduct. But this is kind of an interesting juxtaposition.
Yeah.
So you have the old industrial,
Yeah.
and behind is a giant medical complex.
Right.
For plastic surgery and stuff like that in the red building.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, how's that for a juxtaposition?
Yeah.
And then in the shadow of the silo is a little lounging area here.
Yeah, a hof, as we call it.
Yeah, yeah.
And there is a furniture shop. There is a museum for Migros,
Yeah.
the big furniture, the big supermarket chain.
Okay. There you go. That's an interesting combination.
Definitely. Very, very modernistic building.
Yeah. All right, so this is all part of the construction with the rail line and
Yes.
the new viaduct, but then in the shadow, in the background there, you can see the old viaduct, which is now the pedestrian and bicycle bridge.
That's correct.
Yeah, fantastic. All right.
That building, the cranes,
Mm-hmm.
that's a massive new, I think it's another Genosian shaft on city land.
Okay.
So that's one of the things that the city does is work with, these Genosian shafts are privately held, non-profit,
Right.
and that's part of a Genosian shaft.
Okay.
I've not seen in person yet, but I need to walk over there.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Well, we come over here to shop, so I'm very
okay.
familiar
Yeah.
with this neighborhood.
So this is a prioritized bikeway. Oh, look at that.
Yeah,
Wow.
let me walk you through the viaduct.
Okay.
So this is basically between the two viaducts.
Right.
They've built this new complex.
Oh, yeah. The market hall. Oh, wow. Very cool.
So this is another kind of non-profit.
Yeah.
It's a commercial non-profit
Yeah.
where the spaces are let to people, and the profit has to be put back into the
Okay.
whole group.
Wow.
Yeah. What we come here for, there is an English shop,
Right. Yeah.
a cheese shop.
Yeah.
You should go to the cheese shop actually. It's
Yeah.
worth seeing.
Okay. Let's go see it. Yeah. Great little thing. Yeah.
Cheese shop.
And then the cheese shop. Wow. And so when you make your trek down here to do your shopping, like this morning, how long did that take you to get here?
Let's see. It probably takes an hour or more.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's mostly on
From-
trams and buses?
On two
Tram-
trams.
two trams.
Two trams plus our little dolly band, our little train.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So then there is a whole shopping street all the way along under the viaduct.
Oh, wow.
The word is Genosian Shaft Housing Cooperative, and the equivalent for a business is Stiftung.
Okay.
Stiftung. So this is a bakery that is a non-profit.
Okay.
I had no clue for a long time,
Uh-huh.
but they have shops all over the place, and they're a non-profit that employs people that are otherwise hard to employ
Right.
or hard to get jobs.
Right.
If you come here at night, you can see them in here baking.
Fantastic. Yeah. Yeah, there they are.
Yeah. So this continues all the way to the railroad tracks.
Okay.
So I won't go all the way.
Okay. And another little area to rest under the trees.
So this is kind of the ethos of Zurich West, where they do this kind of paving. I'm not sure if I'm totally sold on it, but that's the style they decided to go with.
Yeah. And that is just basically natural surface, sort of crushed gravel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, crushed granite, I guess. And again, this is all part of this viaduct.
So
still construction. Huh. No, wait a minute. So this was supposed to be where the freeways were?
No.
Okay.
There are three freeways converging on the city.
Okay.
And they finish before. They're in the city, but they didn't continue. They were supposed to continue and meet at the railroad station.
Okay.
And so there are places where the effects of those freeways pop out.
Okay.
And this is one of them.
This is one of them.
Yeah, so the freeway starts somewhere back there, but this is where the cars that come off the freeway need to go.
Yeah. And so they go here.
Yes.
Yes.
And then they get distributed out. These are trying to get onto the freeways, actually.
Got it.
Yeah.
Looks like we've got another little cafe.
Yes.
Under the construction.
Over there, where you see all those trees, that was one of the tours we took last year with for the kids.
Yeah.
That used to be just asphalt.
Okay.
And that's kind of, they dug up the asphalt and replaced it with a green area.
Yeah.
And this is our bank, Zurich Cantonal Bank.
Yeah.
And they seem to be doing it all over the place where they have too much concrete.
Okay.
They are replacing it with green spaces like that.
Yeah, and that green space right there is very reminiscent with what we just saw kind of happening here. It's kind of crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it's more
nice.
like a wild pollinator space.
Yeah. With some trees and
so
bushes.
So the company that worked on it is giving us a tour.
Nice. Yeah, just right on the other side of that viaduct area.
Yeah.
Boom, we've got a little city park. Very nice.
This is all kind of reconfigured somehow with these plants by the trees. That wasn't there the last time I was here.
Yeah. This is a nice overhead view. And again, we've got the crane. They still have work to do. But the city life goes on down below. Very nice.
St. Joseph Vies is the name of the park.
Yeah. We've got our construction on that part, but then we've got our single little track here. It starts to split off to the right. And now we are...
So you were over the viaduct.
Yeah, now we're on...
The food alley.
Yeah. And again, this is the...
Never seen it from this direction.
Yeah. And again, there's the Solar Strom. We saw that earlier. Yeah. And now we are on the viaduct. The low budget Highline.
Yes, exactly.
Or the Coulée Verte in Paris.
In Paris, yeah, but that was much fancier also.
Yeah, it's also very fancy.
Yeah.
And also very big too.
Yes.
Yeah, much of it is much wider than this. It's more like that right
Yes. Weird construction, isn't it?
there. Yeah. So this is the area that we walked through the shops, but on top it's pretty wild. What an environment it looks like up here.
Yes.
It's basically been tagged and with graffiti and other things up here.
Graffiti is a thing that you see everywhere in the city.
Yeah.
Not just in the official graffiti parks.
Right, yeah. Yeah, in fact, here's that transition. You can see.
Yeah, it does look very fancy from the front, doesn't it?
And then in the front, they've kept this nice and clean.
Yeah.
Even though the graffiti is all on the top. That's pretty funny.
Well, even the construction shield that are just up.
Yeah.
There is another Zurich football club.
Yeah.
Oh, look at this baby. No, right here.
Yeah.
In the baby carriage.
Oh, your little puppy. Looks like a little dachshund. Yeah. And this transitions into a little bit of natural surface up here on this embankment.
So this is the headquarters for one of the big food chains.
Okay.
They're amazing.
Migros?
Migros, yeah.
Migros.
They're amazingly generous company.
Really? Yeah.
And they don't sell alcohol.
Oh, okay.
But they're the biggest, I think the biggest food chain in the country.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Yeah. That's a weird structure.
Yes, that is. I think that was a great grain elevator.
Huh.
But the
it's
the solar panel are new.
It says Kornhaus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zurich Kornhaus. And of course, that's very, very close to what we saw with Lowenbrau.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
On the other side of the tracks.
On the other side of the tracks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, right there, Swiss Mill,
Yes.
Lowenbrau, and then the huge grain elevator. I don't think I've ever seen one that big before.
That's a big one. Yes.
Yeah. And then, of course, in the background, we see the green building that we were looking at from before.
The Prime Tower.
Yep. Yep.
And this is the staging area for all the construction.
Yeah, all the construction. And this is a really, really interesting structure here too. It definitely kind of is reminiscent of old grain towers, but it had solar all on the side of it too.
I think there was a lot of discussion about whether to tear them down.
Yeah.
What to do with them.
What to do with them. Yeah. Very interesting. Very interesting. And you were saying earlier that you were kind of surprised and kind of encouraged to see this neighborhood taking development.
Well, right at that location.
Yeah.
Right where the viaduct is.
Yeah.
Because I would always come here from 12 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It always had people, but
yeah.
just the sheer numbers of people now.
Yeah.
And part of that is the bikeway across.
Yeah.
And also that the neighborhood itself, the surrounding neighborhoods are booming.
Yeah. The more booming, the better.
Well, the city has a plan
Yep.
to increase the population by 150,000.
Okay.
So that's 30% increase over the next, I would say, 20 years.
Yeah.
So all of this construction and densification is what is going to lead to that.
Okay, so this is interesting. This is a
new entrance.
A new entrance to the stairs from the community down below up to here. That's nice.
Yeah. This is the main street from this direction into the city, Car Street.
Yeah.
And you can see it's not a lot of cars.
Yeah. Yeah.
So these are where all the buses, long distance buses come.
Right.
So up, you can see where we were.
Yeah.
Up at the Riggy Blick.
Yep. Ah, now we have a much different view of the swimming area.
Wow.
Yep, and now we also see a lot more kayakers down there. They've all gotten off work, so they're ready to play.
I didn't realize there was that park area above the swimming.
Ah, yeah, look at that. Yeah, this is a late Thursday evening. You see some of the people are floating downstream.
Yes, this is where the floating ends, I believe. So
They
that's, on
and
that
then
side is the canal.
Yeah,
And this is the river.
yeah,
And just beyond that is where they come together.
yeah.
So they diverted some of the water for, I believe, is for the power company.
Yeah,
And then they take advantage and use that as swimming areas.
yeah. This is a fabulous little
Oh, look at that guy
swimming.
trying to swim against the tide.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be a pretty strong swimmer.
But you notice most people are on the canal side, not the river side.
Oh yeah. Pretty much nobody swimming is on the river side. They are
but they
all
float down in these boats.
they're all on floaties.
Our students are going to love this.
What's that?
This is one of the things the students gravitate to.
Yeah. Oh, this is fun. I mean, look at that. That's a strong current. Very fun. Yeah, look at the lines of people. They dive in and float. Or if you're good at balancing, you walk on the edge and then dive in and float. That is pretty cool.
You know what is weird about all of this?
What's that?
It took me years to discover that Zurich was a swimming city.
Ah!
I mean, you can easily miss it if you don't know where you're to go.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, if you don't come to these areas. Oh,
Yeah.
these guys are jumping from way up here. Wow.
This is
It's impressive.
dance school.
Okay. Yeah. That's the dance school right there.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And you can see there's a trail on the other side.
Yeah.
Along the river.
There's a trail there.
Wow.
Yeah.
No, look over here where those guys are diving from the roof.
Yeah. Oh, from way up high. Yeah.
There's a very different sense of personal responsibility and safety.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
Look at the gals climbing up the sheer rock wall.
This would not be allowed in most places in America.
Yeah, there you go.
Wow.
Boom. And an adoring crowd from across the way. Okay, here's a guy, he's on the very, very tip top.
I'm not showing this to my students.
Yeah.
I don't want them to do this.
That was a pretty impressive backflip. Some of these guys know what they're doing.
Yes.
What's impressive too are these lines of people who are just continuing to walk down to get as far as they can.
I would not do that.
Of course, these folks right on the water side of the wall, there is clearly wading deep there, and so they're walking against the flow. But these guys are literally scaling this building to then drop in. I feel sorry for this one gal. She's still having trouble getting up the rock wall. She has not made any progress.
Well, she's holding up the other guys. What's going on over here?
Oh, these guys are jumping from up here. They've been scaling. See here, this guy is right here. He's gonna drop right here. Yeah.
Are you going to try?
Oh, are you?
No.
I'm gonna film, yeah.
No way.
Oh, the gal finally made it to the ledge. She's not quite up over the edge. I don't think she has the upper body strength to get up. These guys are just floating.
Oh, you see the bags?
Mm-hmm.
The clothes bags.
Yeah.
So you buy a bag to put your clothes in.
Yeah. Floating, floating. Yeah, some of these guys have climbed up onto these pillars here. Yeah.
It's kind of an insanity.
Yeah.
Another neighborhood school.
Yeah.
That's
Yep, another neighborhood school. These guys are playing ping pong in the play yard, courtyard. Yeah, there you go. This is what you do on a hot day.
We're still on the railroad track.
Yeah.
There's actually a station coming up.
Okay. And again, great example of taking old industrial infrastructure, abandoned rail tracks, turning it into an activity asset. Very cool.
So here's the old station.
Oh yeah.
It's now a printing house.
Yeah, the old.
Well, that's at least one use.
One use.
There. I don't know if there are others.
Huh. Very cool. The old rail station for this line that we're walking on. Right there. And you can just see just the hordes and hordes of bikes, of people who have gotten here by bike to this whole complex. Look at that bridge there. There's just so many people here. This is so much fun. Have you ever seen it this busy?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is typical of a hot day in Zurich.
Yeah, typical for hot days here. Well, I'm impressed. This is nice. There you go.
And it goes on till what, 9:30?
10:30. Wow. So much fun.
So they ask you to skate until 9.
Yeah. So this is a skate park.
Yeah.
Cool. You can see volleyball happening in the background. Pretty wild. And then down here, and again we've got our floaters heading down. And everybody here. Yeah. And there's our little cut through there. Are we going through that way?
Yeah.
Okay. The secret I'm not seeing.
The unseen secret is the freeway that comes closest to the city center.
Is right there.
It's right here.
Yeah.
It's hidden under a park.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lovely park on top of the freeway.
Yeah, yeah.
But it pops out very close to the train station.
And this is just phenomenal. I mean, this is just.
I think this is amazing. Yeah. This is one of my favorite things.
About
it belies all the stereotypes about Zurich.
Yeah. Oh, Zurich is just too programmed, too clean, too wealthy, too affluent.
Yeah, exactly.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah. No, it's just a lot of fun. Take a look at it. What do you think, folks? I think this is a lot of fun.
That balcony is in the park above the freeway.
Oh yeah. Nice.
The floaters.
Pretty extraordinary. Yeah, you can just see the floaters stretching on and on and on. And plenty of people enjoying the environment without floating too.
Oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is a workplace.
Yeah.
You have a project that you want to achieve with metal.
Yeah.
You can come use the equipment here.
Right.
And this is all going on in the midst of all of this madness.
Yeah.
Swimming madness.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty funny. I mean, we've got all this happening, and these guys are using
mind their
the
own
equipment.
business.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Yeah. This is a favorite jumping off the.
Yeah.
So what's going on here is the two rivers are meeting. It's called the Spritz, the point.
Yeah.
So the seal and the limit.
So they've got a lot of construction
Yeah,
going on
I want to
here.
go that way, but
Yeah.
just to give you a taste of what used to be the drug park.
Ah, okay.
And it's like, it's almost hard to believe
Yeah.
that this was the drug park.
Yeah. Yeah, look at these beautiful, beautiful trees. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, amazing.
It's right across the street from the train station.
Right.
But it's the National Museum is right in front of it.
Right.
So there's no sense that there's this magnificent park,
Right.
unless you know it's there.
Yeah. Yeah. And look at these massive, massive trees. Very cool.
Yeah, I love this park. It joins up with the bike tunnel under the train station,
Okay.
which is down here. I'll show you that.
Very cool. And that little
Wow.
point is what we're at right here, where this little sculpture is. That
Yeah.
little sculpture right in the middle of the drawing.
Yes, it's right there.
Yeah, right there. Cool. All right, let's go over our temporary bridge.
Wow, I had no idea this was going on either.
My mission is accomplished. I was able to get us out to see some stuff you hadn't even known was happening.
No, I haven't been here in weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, they're building. Is that one of the bridges they're building also?
No, I
So
don't-
if you look through here,
yeah.
that's where the river goes through the train station.
Ah, through the train station.
Yeah. So the train station has to accommodate the river.
Right.
So it's very complicated to get
Yeah.
around in the train.
Yeah.
The train station is actually worth exploring.
Yeah, yeah.
It's so complex
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's so massive. It's 3,000 trains per day. And you're impressed with a lot of people, just the sheer numbers of people going through there is just
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah. Fabulous. What a construction site.
So they, where the two rivers meet, they have the name of both rivers. One is the Limit, one is the Seal, and they replaced the J's, the I's with J's in honor of James Joyce. I don't even know if James Joyce liked living in Zurich, but there is a lot
Yeah.
of kind of reverence for him here.
Interesting. All right. All right, so you just said this is probably the only
Yes.
above grade parking garage in the city.
In the downtown area.
In the downtown area. And here it is, right
Yes.
here. Right by our new bridge. Our temporary bridge.
Temporary bridge.
Soon to be a new bridge. All right.
A tunnel was built under the train station to accommodate the idea that the highways were going to meet
Right,
there.
right,
So it was supposed to be a highway tunnel
right,
from the 60s.
right.
And now, after all these years, it's being converted to a bike tunnel.
A bike tunnel
Yeah.
under the train station.
The train station.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
connecting these two neighborhoods
Yeah,
that are very close to each other but divided by
Yeah.
the rail field.
yeah. And yet we do know that we did see in the distance, we
Yeah.
saw a bike and pedestrian bridge
There
over the
are
railway
a few- yes,
station as well.
The bike and pedestrian bridge is
Yeah.
new.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the last thing I'm going to show you.
yeah, yeah. All right, the last thing,
Yes.
drum roll.
So here is like massive crowds when they come off the trams because
Yeah.
this is one of the entrances to the train station. So this is the entrance to the bike tunnel.
Okay. So the bike tunnel will be open when?
I expect by next year.
Next year?
Yeah,
okay.
I think they're well on the way.
Yeah.
A bike tunnel and a massive bike parking. So it's like a bike station.
Right.
Right in the train station.
Right in the train station.
Yeah.
So similar to like an Utrecht.
Utrecht, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
So actually,
and you can tell that we have a need for
Yes.
bike parking.
definitely.
There's the old bike parking there.
So this is one of the bikeways.
Yeah.
A street, it was a normal street that has been converted to a bike street.
A bike street, yeah.
I think it's one way for cars, but two ways for bikes.
Okay.
So this little neighborhood here is interesting. This is railroad land that was they moved the function in that they needed outside of the city, and the railroad SBB redeveloped. They did both sides. This is just like an adjunct to what they did on the other side, which is much bigger than here. Actually, if you're a train spotter, you can just walk along here.
Yeah, you're right at
Yeah.
gate 18
So-
already.
All of that is Europa Alley, which is on railroad land, which is a development that is 10 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the back side of the city that nobody ever went to.
Yeah.
It's right along the train track.
And we see a Google building underneath the clock
Lots
there.
of Google facilities over
Yeah.
there. A university.
Yeah.
One of the major bookstore in the country has a branch there.
Yeah.
Very mixed use at ground level. Apartments at the above level. Very popular
Yeah.
district.
And we can see the glass block. A wall of glass block.
Wall of glass block. I have no clue what is in this building.
Yeah.
But it's part. It's like the mirror image of the Europa Alley.
Yeah. And again, if we swing back around, we can see.
Yeah, that
One
place
of
is
the
really cool.
Yeah.
It's a food court
Yeah.
with relatively inexpensive food
Okay.
called the Bridge.
Yeah. And there's a fair amount of housing over there in addition to the commercial building?
A lot of the top floors are housing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me see one of the trains coming in.
It's a sliver of land, and it's next to probably what is the poorest district in the city,
Okay.
which is also the red light district, which is a really interesting district. And a lot of people thought that the gentrification would spread. It really doesn't seem to have happened.
Okay.
So you walk over there, and you walk along the Langstrasse, and you go from Europa Alley right into the red light district.
Yeah.
A totally different. It's like an amazing transformation
Yeah,
from
yeah.
one to the other.
Yeah, this is nice. Do you need a drink?
No. I think this neighborhood has seen a little bit of gentrification. I don't really know how much.
Yeah.
But it still has more or less the feel like Josephstrasse is a really important street for the small boutique that
Yeah, yeah.
is away from the main drag.
You know what I would like to see here is a little bit of de-paving of the asphalt.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It feels like it's just gonna be a heat island effect in here on a hot day.
Yes. You can see how they deal with it at the restaurant.
Yeah, yeah.
But you really need less asphalt.
Yeah.
And this is something I don't know. I don't know when it's finally going to take.
Sure, sure.
That we really need not to be built in places like this.
Yeah. I mean, I get that if this asphalt was already here.
Yeah, no, this
but
is new.
if you just repave this is ridiculous.
Yes, this is crazy.
Yeah. I mean, you could have just done this all in pavers.
Yep.
And then have them be able to percolate the water in.
I agree, yes.
And, yeah.
I agree.
Lighter materials.
It's like one of those things where it's slow to change.
Yeah, there's a disconnect somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
In the
because
people
you would
who
see
are
people
about
talking about it, but at the same time you see this happen.
And this, you said, is been converted primarily into a bike street.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a perfect street for that, given the traffic volume.
Yeah, yeah. And again, cars are allowed on it.
But it's like all this asphalt, why?
Yeah, why? Yeah. I get asphalt there, smooth surface for the bikes, that's fine. But here, come on guys. Yeah. Too much asphalt.
Yeah, that's a thing I think the city has been really slow to embrace. And even though there have been votes talking about the need for more trees,
right?
It's still not changing fast enough.
Yeah.
That's that's a German grocery store.
Ah, okay.
Aldi. That is one of the most important things for us. Was the second-hand furniture shop called the Brockie House. That's where we furnished our house. We quickly realized that we didn't need to go to furniture stores.
Right. Go to the Brockie House.
Go to the Brockie House.
Nice.
Brooklyn House.
And again, a pretty decent stream of people riding through this area. She's got a broom on her bike.
This is a little better, isn't it?
Yeah.
With the trees, because this was also built at the same time.
Yeah, they at least, they planted a couple of trees, and then they had the good sense to add a nice wide swath for some, wildflowers. Oh, same on this side of the street too. So, yeah, starting right there, they kept the line of trees going.
It's probably a different designer.
Yeah.
Because I don't see why the thinking would be different.
Yeah.
Okay, let's get this elevator.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's really interesting to see this whole area get redeveloped.
Yes. Yeah, this was definitely back of Zurich.
Yeah.
So this bridge, 4 years, I think.
Mm-hmm. All right, boom, and here we are.
So this is, you can't see it from this direction, but this house is another Genossian shaft. This is the one I was telling you that had a quota for immigrants and gay people.
Right.
Yeah, and it's really beautifully designed.
Yeah.
With lots of nice, it has one of the ice cream places, the gelateria.
Yeah.
And this is a nice job too also, the green area.
A little green right there. Yeah. And again, you see the bicycle street.
Yes.
Pedestrians walking by. Got a little plaza area outside of that restaurant or whatever that is.
They have some nice restaurants in the Brockie House. Associated with the Brockie House, I'm not sure how.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
And this is just a huge, like you said before, this is a massive, massive expanse of tracks.
Yes.
You look how far this bridge goes over. The train rolling through.
That's one of the suburban trains.
Okay.
So the suburban station is underground here. It has 4 tracks. and it's a through station. The upper station is for international trains that dead end, so you'll probably use that one.
Yeah.
And then there's another station that is new that is also for international and some of the suburban trains.
Yeah.
It's a third level down, and it's a through station.
Yeah.
Goes to the north to the airport. And then there's a fourth station, which is a station that serves the Seal Valley and the Uetliberg.
Wow.
So it has those two lines.
I'm focused in on this beautiful little green area right here with all sorts of roses.
Yeah.
This is very beautiful.
That's amazing.
They took every little opportunity.
Yeah, for green, yeah.
Yeah, for green.
Except for that area.
Except for the big massive area where we were trying to encourage people to be. Yeah.
Europe Alley is just really amazing.
Yeah.
Look at the scale of that.
The scale, yeah.
I just said extension to the city, that is.
Yeah.
You would think, where are you going to get people to actually use these shops and stores?
Right.
It's always packed.
Yeah.
I don't quite get it.
Yeah. Here's another one of the trains coming in.
Yeah, that's a German train, I think.
That's a German train.
Yeah, DB.
Yep.
Probably 5 minutes late.
Yeah. Probably.
It's probably coming from Basel.
It's a long one.
Yes.
And one going out.
That's a Swiss train.
The Swiss train going out.
Double deckers. That one is going down the lake.
Got it.
In the background, you see the universities.
Yeah. You see some of the housing here.
Yeah. The Europa Alley is not that well served with transit. It's kind of a harder place to get to.
Okay. But to your point, we've got people enjoying the outdoors.
Yep.
Including some kids going for a swim. Cool. Is this just a pedestrian street?
Yes.
Alleys are super wide, for one, and just way too paved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And not really any program on them.
There's no programming at all. Yeah.
I think that was a missed opportunity.
But as we can see, the center area is bike and ped, and then this is pedestrian, but since the cafes, when they're open, take over the majority of the pedestrian realm, so pretty much it's the whole street.
Zurich is the Google headquarters for Europe.
Okay.
This is not their main campus. They have a beautiful campus in an old factory building.
Okay. Nice.
Oh.
Norman, thank you so much for the wonderful tour here in Zurich today. Any parting thoughts for the audience?
Well, I think to experience Zurich, you have to come.
Yeah.
And see it in person.
Yeah.
And ignore the stereotypes, ignore what you read about it, but just come and experience the transit system.
And I really appreciate what you said in terms of the inspiration that other cities around the world can really take about Zurich.
Which is, to me, one of the fascinating things is that we draw so much inspiration from bike places like Amsterdam and Utrecht.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot to be learned from the city, which probably has the best transit in the world.
Yeah,
and it's a small city.
Yeah.
So it's the scale of a lot of cities all over the world, and there's a lot to learn from how it operates. And it's not about spending a lot of money. It's really about putting systems together that work.
Yeah. The systems the integration of the different mobility systems. The transit system is flying high right now. You had mentioned that the bike system and the network is being worked on and getting better and better every year.
Yes, this is a transit city, no doubt.
Yeah.
But, well, to make a transit city work, you have to have great walking facility.
Yeah.
And first and foremost, it's a walking city.
Yeah.
What they're trying to lay on top of that is a backing network.
Yeah.
And they've been working on it. City officials have been working on it for the last, I would say, 15 years.
Yeah.
And there's still a lot to be done.
Yeah.
But they have important projects like the tunnel through the train station.
Yeah.
That is going to really start to bring the pieces together.
Yeah, fantastic. Again, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yay.
It was a pleasure showing you the city.
Fantastic. Hey, thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode, Walking Around Zurich with Professor Emeritus Norman Garrick. And if you did, please give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below, and share it with a friend. And if you haven't done so already, be honored to have you subscribe to the channel. Just click on that subscription button down below and ring that notifications bell. And if you're enjoying this content here on the Active Towns channel, please consider supporting my efforts by becoming an Active Towns ambassador. Just navigate over to activetowns.org, click on the support tab at the top of the page. There's several different options, including becoming a Patreon supporter. Patrons do get early and ad-free access to all my content. Again, thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. And until next time, this is John signing off by wishing you much activity, health, and happiness. Cheers.
And a huge shout out to all my Active Towns ambassadors supporting the channel via YouTube Super Thanks, Buy Me a Coffee, Patreon, as well as making contributions to the nonprofit. I could not do this without you. Thank you all so very much.